On this particular job, the main tools are going to be the pruner, loppers, pair of secateurs and the tripod ladder. And we're tackling this big old yew, which is pretty much outgrown its space, and going to do a heavy reduction on it. As you can see, it's sort of a bit tucked in the corner, and it's just eating up the lady's garden. It's obviously self-sown, as it's very tight to the fence and it's riddled with ivy, as you can see. I basically started by just cutting a hole in it, just slowly taking it back to roughly where I think I want to be. As you can see, it's always awkward to see inside these, and it's a fairly dense one. You just got to slowly work your way in until you think you're at that point where you want to be. But I would say on the sunny side of this, I would imagine I took nearly 5 feet off it. As it was, the customer wanted the bottom lifted and the top reduced as well, so I did cut some of the bottom out as well first, just to make life easier for me as well. I actually did this job just before Christmas, but I totally forgot I had the video of it. But it shows a sort of prime example of sometimes things look worse before they get better. If anyone has never actually cut yew, or certainly the wood of yew, even these sort of thinner branches, yew is absolutely rock hard. It is hard as nails, and bits that perhaps you normally go through with secateurs, you sort of give up and use the loppers on them. It is really hard wood. I did actually have to chip some of this, and I don't like putting it through a chipper. It makes the old chipper rattle a bit. Once I'd cut a section back to roughly where it needs to be, because it's against the fence, it's going to be a semicircle shape. I can guess it or stand back and look, but as it was, the hoe handle is the right length from the trunk to the outside where I want to be, and being on gravel, I thought I'd cheat, make life easy for myself and make marks through the gravel, and just keep using that hoe handle as a fixed guide. And so basically all I've got to do is, when I'm cutting the sides straight up, just keep looking at the ground. I can see my mark and I just go straight up, and it saves a lot of guesswork. It's a little bit of a cheat, but why make life hard for yourself? So basically I just followed that mark all the way around. It does actually save a little bit of time as well, I should have mentioned that. As you can see, we're on the top now and taking about 2 feet off the top. I've got half the top done now and you can certainly see a difference in it. I thought I'd just show you how bad the ivy was in places. It really was bad. I did try to pull out as much as I could, but there was still some in there, you just couldn't get to it. But I did cut around the bottom of the tree to cut all the ivy off. And then it was much a case of just a bit of a fine tuning and a lot of waste. Time I'd finished chipping, the bin was full to the brim and there was a couple of small bags as well. And it's all done. It does look horrendous, I know that, but it will come back. It'll probably take 18 months, 2 years, it'll fill out. The bits you can see to the left hand side, they're actually trees in the distance, but that's the shape I've got, a sort of goblet shape on it. I was quite pleased with it. As I say, it will come back, but it's one of them jobs, it will look worse before it gets better. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed. Thank you.